Check, check, check.
Oh no!
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It's Will. It is a little early. We've got some things going on today. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's going on. So I'm trying to see what people are paying for duty tokens. 1K per unit. Interesting. Because I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use my duty tokens. I could definitely use 9 million more, though. Because I think that's what I got right now. Let's see what we got here. I'm at 4,000, so 1K per. That's yeah, that's some money. That's 4 million. That's not that great. What else did I have a lot of? People are buying a lot of. Oh, the midlith crystals. Yeah, 225 for 50. Yeah, it's not worth selling those. So I was just thinking about that. I don't know what I'm going to do with that stuff yet. I really could use a little bit more money, so thinking about making some sales here. You know how it goes. So let's go ahead and get ourselves buffed up. We're doing space missions, duty missions tonight. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to bring in easy name. Let's see what we got going on here. Alright, so we're nice and buffed there. Let's wait for easy name to load herself in. Hey, Adavad. Good afternoon, my brother. Used to say good evening, but they keep wanting to start earlier and earlier on this stuff. So 5 o'clock, yay. We'll see how it goes. If I draw a wife aggro, that, you know, not much I can do about that. Okay, let's start her plan. Oh, I hate listening to her though, because I have multiple, you know, since I got multiple things, you guys are gonna kind of have to hear it. Sorry about that. And let's bring G in and Williak as well. Let's get them buffed. Because I suspect they may be going. Ah, very good. Beverages are always encouraged. Ziggy, set Will's office to white.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a little bit better lighting, so. Yeah, we'll take G with us. I do want to take Williak as well, if they'll have room. Just because I do want to start working on him a little bit. He is a commando right now. I'm thinking very, very seriously about making him a light side Jedi for tanking purposes. Because I do kind of miss playing a bit, Jedi every once in a while. So, all right, let's get him in here. Oh, it's going to get even worse. You know what? Let's turn off in my streaming. You know what? I'm just going to turn off SWG audio for you guys right now. I don't think you hear that. Oh, yeah, you do. There you go. It won't be so bad now. Because I got to imagine that's just annoying as hell. All right, is he listening to her? He is, okay. So let's do... Oh, I'll switch it so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so let's buff up good old man gamer. I was going to say, old man gamer should be close to 5, yeah. And then when I log him out to switch to Williak, I'll make sure I'm outside. So that he stays there for a little bit. All right. Let's wait to log him out until we're ready to bring in. Oh shit. Yeah, that's not annoying at all. Am I listening? Am I watching him? Yeah, I'm watching him. Why is my inspiration should be going up? Oh well, not a big deal. All right, let's see where Williak is. He's probably on the ground somewhere. Just gonna... Oh, I just noticed my shot's a little messed up. You don't see all of what you're saying. There. And that should go to the front of social media. There we go. Plan today is duty missions. Duties, giggity. We're going to be getting some GC dubs and some tokens. So that's why I'm thinking about getting Williak set up. So, all right. As soon as G is... Okay. Alright. So let's get G buff now. And then I'll move him outside, bring back bring back Old Man Gamer so that I don't need to worry about the buffing. I think he's still out there. Alright, so bring him back out there. I'll get him buff later. Go stand next to GL. Or stand next to Old Man Gamer. Switch. That would be great. I know we were talking, like, I personally would love to do one night some, what do you call it? I'd love to do some hard mode on here one night. I think that would just be freaking fun as hell. I don't know how you do it because obviously it expands to group size, but maybe we all get hard modes and then work together, but don't, you know, I don't know. I don't know how it would work. All right. Okay, so now he's set. So what we'll do is we will log her out. And then switch to GL. And then I'll have 3 characters that can all go into space. I haven't tried Bespin Beacons yet. I haven't tried a lot in Bespin. I'm finally cleared. I haven't even done like the quest line in Bespin, which I really need to get to. Honestly, I almost would rather do that than duties. But I like the fact that the guild's doing so much and I like being supportive. So. Alright, this just looks kind of cool. I should definitely, yeah, I should make it so that I can flip around here. Let's put it on Williak. Make it so Williak can go around third person. I forget what the command is for that. Let's see. There was a way to like make it so I could turn around, because that would be like just a cool, you know. I don't know. Did he invite anybody else? Oh, he invited Old Man. And he invited... Alright, so we're all invited. Yeah! I do want to get, like, this screenshot, though, because I got my 3 guys here, man. What the hell is it? It's, It's like you can make it so that it's not always a background here. Chat bar fades out. Always show range and ground radar. Show self in group window. Show target arrow in space. I know there was a way to do it. I just can't remember it. So we're not going to worry about it because he's doing group pickups now. Okay. Let's go here. Follow Old Man. Follow... You can't him. Follow Old Man. Okay, good. I think this is Old Man, right? No, that's Williak. There we go. Let's go, boys. Got to give my following boys enough room to get in here, because they can be stupid. Good old Williak. Always going wrong. I'm seeing triples. Exactly. I've always put my alts in uniforms. I think it looks kind of cool. Oh, Williak was removed. Oh, that's okay. GL was removed. Alright, just waiting to see for DT who wants to come to get online. Okay. We gunboating or... So, yeah, so let's see. What have we got going on this week? This week's going to be kind of an interesting week. So we're going to have, obviously, tonight is duty missions. Tomorrow, there are, let me see, what else we got going tomorrow? Oh, Tuesday night flights. They want to do the Dance Space PvP battle. And I think that's going to be at 4 o'clock Eastern, or 6 o'clock Eastern. Okay. Which will be fun. That'll be, and then we'll do some other stuff. Wednesday's Hoss. Thursday, they do a lot of the reset stuff. They do a reset ground PvP at 3. Obviously, I'm not a part of that. Then they do duties again Thursday night. I'm not sure if I'm going to fly those or stream that. I like duties. I really do. But sometimes I think that they're not as... I don't know if they're what you guys want to hear, to be quite honest, I guess is the... You know, I'm not sure how you guys feel about the duty missions and all of that, because it's obvious that, we don't want to make it so that, you guys are... Duty missions can be kind of, it's more about the conversation we have, I think. It's not really... engaging content, but I think it's fantastic. All right, so we're all launching into space. So we're good. Yeah, and again, I noticed something, by the way. If you take a look at the streamers lately, that one dude I was talking about all of a sudden doesn't have so many videos up. 544 views. It's still kind of amazing to me that we're seeing these many people looking at, this. I mean, I don't see anybody who's streaming live getting more than 20 or 30 on at a time. Even we only go to 10, and I stream almost every day. And that's okay. I'm not doing a lot of, going out there and really... I'm not really going out there and really advertising stuff. But, yeah, I refuse to buy... And I really am... And now I'm seeing other guys get over 100 views and stuff like that. And somebody like Flip, I know he ain't doing it. Out of This World Burrito, he plays a lot of different games. but some of these other guys who are getting over almost to 100 and stuff like that, I'm like, you really kind of doing it the right way? Maybe not. So, I'm not going to bitch about it, obviously. You got to do what you feel comfortable with. If you're a streamer out there and you've paid for Twitch, views and stuff, hey, that's a lot of people. A lot of people do it. And it's like, okay, for me, I'm never gonna look at this as a revenue stream by any stretch. So I'm not gonna work hard at getting all these views, because really the only reason you buy views is to throw you up in the rankings a little bit to get eyes on your content later. You hope that by throwing some money at a stream or content that maybe now people will start looking for you if they're entertained. Never mind the fact that, most people are kind of on it, and if they suspect you're, again, 500 views, 500 views. 500. Okay. I'm not sure about that. So that's just one of those things I think about, I don't know, and again, I'm not calling anybody out. I'm saying, to me, it looks a little sus. So, yeah. Oh, hey, Tex. Hey, Mac.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Howdy.
Let's make it the Derek side room, but we're already here.
Just waiting for one more tune.
Oh, okay. Oh, are we already in Derek? I have no idea what planet we're on. Oh, yeah, we're in Derek. Haha, I see what you're saying.
This is to be our second home planet pretty soon.
Yes, I can't wait. So it's going to take a couple of weeks for you to win the mayorship and all that, or?
Yeah, they're in their final week of the voting cycle, which means
Okay.
no one can enter. They're just waiting for that to complete, and then in 4 days it'll start over, and then I can register on my tune.
Okay. How long is a voting cycle? I always thought it was weekly.
It's a
Oh.
3-week process. First week you can vote. Second week is just I don't know what the points of the point of the additional 2 weeks are, to be honest. I don't get it. I think you have a week to register, and maybe another week to vote on the candidates who registered,
It just
and then the final week is just waiting.
Yeah. Hey, Adavad. All right, so we're all going into space. I think I'm on Williak here, Old Man Gamer. All right. Oh, good. I'm in an upper turret. I hope. Yay, I got an upper turret.
Oh, my little boy's about to fall off the chair. Son,
Go
don't
rescue the
freak
baby.
Daddy
Go
out.
rescue the baby.
don't freak out your daddy, son. No, don't touch those things either. Get down. That was an easy decision. There you go. Ugh. All right. Excuse me. All right, gonna try to do that method where we are speeding up to 600.
Okay.
You guys just appreciate the feedback to know what works best for you.
We're good.
I'm gonna keep my gunners happy. Make sure you guys can do your job.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. What'd you say?
I'm saying I appreciate the feedback and letting me know what works well for you with the speed and positioning and all that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Who's making DT? Why are you making buzzing sounds?
What, you thought it was a fly for a second?
Not even once.
Oh.
Nice try.
Saying hi to the
is
peeps in
worth it.
Discord, yes. Adavad is saying hello to everybody.
Hello to Adavad.
Screw it, let's go do convoys. No, I'm just kidding.
Wrong day.
I know.
I mean, heck, we might need some more plans here pretty soon. We'll see.
I dropped
You're
some in
running
the
low?
stim box. Did you get those?
I have not picked them up yet, no.
Okay.
I have some more. And I'm getting a lot more from all the DIs that we can scan from these group duties.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, so that drain you had might actually go with that gun I looted, but it might be a slightly better.
Yeah, I think I got it maybe a week or two ago,
Nice.
and I'm just sitting on it wondering, I mean, I could use this for a project, but should I just sell it? What do I want more? It's always the question. Should I hold on to this and use it, or should I just get the cash, if I can?
I mean, the reactor energy drain on it takes you down to 1497. It's not
That's
bad.
darn good. That's very good. That's probably better than anything I'm using right now. But I don't use 8s very much. I'm strange that way. Most people, 8s are their bread and butter, not me.
There
Well,
is
you
just
also
something
fly
that feels
great,
good
right?
about using a 10. You're just kind of like, I'm using the biggest gun.
Not in a defender.
I
mean, the null bolt is going to have you beat. It's not the biggest gun. Biggest you can use in a starfighter.
Yeah.
Or should I just go? Now I'm just continuing in the arc. Should I just go fly through right to these stragglers to make this easier?
Yeah, last one or two, you could just go right at them. You see how they line up when you start to do that? You kind of get in a cone.
Yeah, I have noticed, like, if you run away from the NPCs, they'll kind of start chasing your ship. It's really odd.
Unless you're Ixie and they start chasing your fighter. That was hysterical last night. He comes in, he joins the group, and all of a sudden they all go after him.
When we would do this in Kessel Tier 5s, when it's all gunboats in a wave, they would line up and ball up to where you only see one of them because they're all in the same, occupying the same space. And we just blast through them.
Now, right now, I'm assuming this is what's easiest. This is what you want right here.
Yeah, it's a little too much of a circle to where you start going back in the other direction, but it works. I think over time you'll finesse it.
Gunboats
Should I
are
be
side. Those gunboats were
Should I
side
be
by
going-
side. Sorry, go ahead.
Should I have been going slower or faster?
Just a lighter arc, so you're just barely going up and to the right.
Okay.
So it kind of keeps them in a cone, and they start to form up even tighter.
Do you fly with mouse and keyboard, Mac?
Mm-hmm.
Alzeus, like, taught me to do it with, like, your W, A, S, and D keys, and then kind of use Q and E to move left and right.
I have to rebind it. I'm using Q and E to do roll.
Yeah, I when I do keyboard, I would use Q and E too. I think
Okay,
that's
and that's a
default.
very, very light arc. Might be
Yeah.
too light. Oh, that's not even moving. That's why. Doofus. Try this.
So for those of you guys who had a conversation, obviously offline, like as we're streaming, what exactly are you talking about, Texan? What's the goal here?
Well, All it does is it keeps them, instead of the way we were doing it, going slow, they go in all directions and it's just pure chaos. But if we do this, it's going to get them to group up. Like right now, they're just one big mass, and it keeps
Right.
them in one bag. And you can actually get them to be even a tighter mass.
And by
You just
doing that,
rail
you're
it
just
into 'em.
flying in kind of an arc at a leisurely pace.
Yeah. And it's easier to blast through them. There's no gaps in time. It makes the whole run quicker. You're not looking left and looking right and all that other stuff.
Light arc, light arc. I'm looking at my rear view mirror here and seeing what they're doing.
We have nobody's in range. Maybe the back guns are, but
They'll come.
yeah, no,
Unless
no.
it's
But
like
the guy sitting next to me was just firing indiscriminate. Not that we have to worry too much about. This isn't the what do you call it? Where we absolutely need our capacitor.
YT's being a pain.
Of course.
It's funny how they get the little bit of damage and then suddenly it always goes to their engine. It's like, why? I couldn't have gone to anything but their engine. All right, let's go get him.
We're just listing lazily to the right. I'm pretty sure we can keep up.
I just have my data pad open and right click on target location when the location updates.
Good idea.
The easiest piloting ever. No skill required.
And the monkey flips the switch.
Up at a slight angle. Do about half of what I had been doing. There's only 2 of them.
At least I'm not in the bottom turret where you were driving me crazy with this up at a slight angle. You son of a bitch!
Yeah, that's the idea. They're not only are they in a cone for just slaughtering them, but you also get all 4 top turrets on them.
If anybody hasn't done it yet, I would strongly recommend binding a key to your viewing backwards behind you. Comes in a lot of handy. I'm trying to
I
see what's
have
going
not
on.
done that yet. Yeah, that's...
I use my delete key on the numpad. Just hold it down like I'm just holding it down right now to see what's behind us. Wants to play games with me? Alright, just go get it. Always an A-wing. Sorry, that was a
Damn
bad
it, that
approach.
thing is
You ran
annoying.
into us.
Got it. Oh.
55%. Corellian system going slowly up. This is going to be an uphill battle with that guild.
Who?
They of whom we must not speak.
Ah. Rebel or
Rebels.
Imp?
The rebels who were yesterday pushing this same zone. I don't know if they're. I don't think they're trying to. They're just trying to get points for a leaderboard and maybe tokens. But it's one of the reasons we're doing it here in the same zone is because they're pushing the score. Rebel. And I like being on defense at the Corellia Space Battles.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Hate it when the crosshair doesn't tell me which way it's going until...
I know tomorrow night is
live.
Dantooine, but at 5 o'clock if we were done, or 6 o'clock if we wanted to, PvP Dan, I'm not opposed.
First boss. I forget what time I scheduled that. It
You
starts
scheduled
at
it for
6,
tomorrow at
correct?
6, yeah.
Yeah.
6 Eastern, not.
here, I feel like I should aim down a little bit so
Yep.
we can get a good angle on that gunboat.
Now he goes up.
Got him. I'm just gonna chase these two guys.
So you're gonna stop treating the gunboat like a fighter?
I'm never gonna live that down, am I?
No, never.
Uh-uh.
We were actually talking about yesterday. We weren't streaming, but I had to be like, no, Ob, he's learning still. He sometimes he still thinks of the gunboat like a fighter, and you just gotta kind of roll with it. And he thinks he's talking. I just saw his lights flash, but we have not heard a word he said, so he's probably thinking we ignore him.
No, I'm not talking. I'm just kind of here.
Ah.
Or he is, and I'm muting him.
Yeah, bit tuckered out from the big tryout for your fantasy ultimate frisbee league. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I never thought of that. Oh, I'm so impressed with myself right now. Do you play fantasy ultimate frisbee?
There is fantasy. In
I'm
this
sure
for the
there
women's
is.
Division. Oh wait, you can bet on it. You can bet on the men's division on DraftKings.
Yeah, but can't you also bet on things like, if the coin flip in the Super Bowl is going to be heads? Like, at the end of the day, I feel like being able to bet on something doesn't, lend it any credence.
Pretty sure this past year there was a prop bet on how much airtime Taylor Swift was going to get.
Yeah, there was.
She's getting amazing press. Someone's in her pocket.
Oh, of course. And the NFL is loving it because they're getting new fans. And
She's in the news every day.
But how long is that going to last until she breaks up with Kelsey Boy?
no, I think
Well,
here's
even before that.
yeah. Oh no, they'll get married now. There's way too much. There's way too much money to be made. And then she'll one day write a song about him.
Just like every other man she's thrown to the wind.
And I don't even think I got to tell you, I liked her better as a country artist. I think she was a better country artist than she is a pop star.
She's
Yeah, I
always
loved her
been pop
country.
country.
And I'm not a country fan, but I thought she was great.
Yeah, she was a much better country artist. I think she's certainly a better country artist than Beyonce. Let's not go there.
Well, after seeing her in the news every day for 2 years, I watched the first part of the Eris thing video. And I thought, you know what? She's got it going on. She's got some talent. She's an
Stacy's
entertainer.
mom has got it going on.
Oh dear Lord.
That's all I watched, though, was 10 minutes. But
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I can see what the appeal is.
She's skinny. She ain't got no boobs. She ain't got no ass.
Oh, dear.
What is he?
This
well,
is
quite a
wow. Let's
show.
hear it for objectifying women. Yeah, remember, folks, that the opinions of the Battalion 7 people on the Discord do not necessarily reflect those of Old Man Gamer.
Nobody else said
Or at
anything.
least that he's allowed to admit.
Yeah.
Quick, bring Tony Mendez in here.
Oh dear God. Well, I did just finish watching the other day. I did watch that, Nickelodeon. Holy cow, they put those kids through hell. There's a documentary on Max about basically Dan Schneider and Nickelodeon and the whole crappy thing that went on there. And Drake Bell was sexually abused by a dude. Oh yeah. I was like,
Yeah, I was wondering what all the feet references were for all over Reddit this week.
yeah, that would be why.
Yeah, I figured it out last night.
And here's the thing. I think that, that whole thing, holy shit. Like, Nickelodeon was like, there's money to be made, man. Let's go.
Apparently I
It's
missed
all
something.
Hollywood.
Yeah. What's really funny is Dan Schneider is still, to me, Ricky from Better Off Dead. Like, I look at him and I go, anyone is surprised this guy's kind of a nozzle and kind of creepy? Like, he literally played the same, I loved him in Better Off Dead, though.
I was joking with my wife last night. Like, a guy like this gives fat white people like me a bad name.
Yeah,
I'm not doing stuff like that, but he makes everybody think that fat white men like me are going to be doing things like that too. That's not fair.
And that's just it. I mean, he had a pretty successful career. Heza Class was huge in the late '80s. It really was. I mean, everybody liked it. Howard Hessman was back, and he was good on it. He was funny, and it was kind of what you wanted. But yeah, he's a sketchy sketch. I mean, at least they didn't say that he did anything sexually with any of the kids. They or at least they can't prove it. I'm sure he didn't, though. I'm sure he's just a freaking freak. He's a fat slob. He's like, hey, I get to put stuff on here. Let's see what kind of adult. I can get it. Like, I listened to it, and I'm like, okay, he was trying to get adult humor, underground, try to see what he could push past the censors. And I got to be honest, if I had that job, I'd try this, maybe not that bad. But you try, like, one of the best jokes I ever saw on The Simpsons was when Homer went to college at Springfield Heights Institute of Technology. I was like, oh, that's fantastic. Because if you spell the letters out, guys, what's it spell?
Shit.
Yes. And I was like, the fact they got that, like, I could appreciate that. There's humor in that. But what he was doing was pretty, I mean, they're spilling, and some of it's what the people that made the documentary wanted it to be. Like, they're sitting there and they're like, he gooed all over the face of young tweens, and I'm like, with something representing boogers, and I'm right, yeah, that appeals to 10-year-olds. You're the one kind of going and making it a bit dirty. Like, yes, it does kind of look like that from my adult viewpoint, but to a 10-year-old, it's going to look like, they got something on their face. I don't know. It's an interesting watch. If you have HBO Max, it's worth the 4 hours. It's a 4-hour doc.
Well, I think the problem there is, like, as a kid, you're innocent, and you don't necessarily see that stuff. But, like, as an adult,
right,
and, like, you see the world differently.
Well, it's not just that. These kid actors who came out about it and stuff like that, and the people talking in this, and even some of the post stuff, they are looking at it through adult eyes, going, "This was so wrong," and this was. It's like, look, it wasn't then, and it is. A 10-year-old isn't going to.
There is.
Was that what he intended?
Stuff.
You can't say that's what he intended. You know what?
There is some stuff, like, looking back.
I mean, the
like,
foot thing.
now,
The foot thing.
like,
You got to be like, okay, that might have been a bit far, because no kid ever dug feet. Most kids are like, ugh,
Right.
But yeah,
Also, Mac, I'm just along for the GCW ride.
that's all right, brother. We got a bunch of people along for the GCW ride.
It benefits all of us.
It do.
Mooching is highly encouraged.
Well, especially with us, down so low in this sector. So
Yeah,
how are
did you
we doing in the weekly GC dubs?
Last I checked, we were in top 5 for Guild. We're gonna totally whiff our city this week because our cities just got completely messed around.
well, everything's
We need
all
a-
messed up.
Yeah.
Like I was saying last night, I just want to make sure you don't pay 800 mil, and then somebody comes in and goes, "Ha ha, sucker, my city now." It's like,
That's not how it typically works.
you know what? That's a gentleman's honor agreement. It takes one asshole. It technically can happen, and then Legends is going to sit there and say, "Well, we don't endorse selling cities, and you lost fair and square in a mayoral election. Sorry," and we would have no recourse.
A really good idea Winston had was he offered serve as escrow, the intermediary, neutral third party.
Cool.
So the only cash going anywhere is to him right
Okay.
now. He's holding it. Same with the sponsorship, not the sponsorship, the sharehold program. Everything is recorded in the form of in-game emails for those packet. What are
Yeah.
they called? Backpacks that everyone's buying.
Yeah,
So
but
everything
people
is gonna be
delete
recorded.
I delete my
can
in-game
turn it
email
into
box
shit
quite
you
often,
always did.
but that's okay. I'm
You use slash mail save to keep a record of it.
that's a good idea. Because I do tend to just like go in and be like, delete. I hate the red dot, man. I hate it.
And you know, if all else fails, we at least have a plan for Naboo. We're not going to lose
Right.
anything.
Right. I'm cool with that. But like I said, that was my only thinking last night. I was like, oh, just make sure we have some sort of mechanism in play. Sure, I'll sell you my city for 800. None of my people are moving, and there are 35 of us. There's 12 of you. Haha, sucker.
I actually I didn't mention this, but I got to look at the citizenship numbers, and about half of them
Yeah.
pretty inactive. They've been offline for like, what was it? I could go back and look, but a week.
Okay.
So I don't think the city is exactly full of active players. He mentioned that I asked him, you know, if we change expertise and, you know, have crafting bonuses, are people going to get kind of feathered
Torqued.
ruffled over that? And he said, no, you know, not many active serious crafters in the city right now. So based on everything I'm hearing and seeing, I don't think we're going to have an issue. Honestly, I'll be happy if people stay in the city. And
Yeah.
I only have 5 protected citizen slots. People can stay active, log in once in a while, and just be content. That's fine. I don't think we're going to get a coup.
No. I'm looking forward to it. It'd be nice to have a, you know,
But
a bigger city and, you know.
let's play a game and see how many spies we can get into Umbra and take their city out from under them.
Which one?
I don't think
I
you-
wouldn't touch their Rory City with a 10-foot
Yeah,
pole. I
that
hate
thing's
that.
horrible. Rivermont? That's horrible. And here's the
And,
thing: I wouldn't want to be the guild that does that. I wouldn't want to be, because I mean that's kind of an asshole move, and we're not assholes. You know, I mean,
It's more of a joke than anything.
I know it is. I know.
Nah, but like the bounty hunters, that kind of mentality, some people are into that. And
Yeah.
I might have mentioned this before, but I was with a guy who was going to buy a city, and that was eggs. He was in 2 of the guilds I was in before they went belly up, and then he ultimately ended in Hood and went on to, I think, Restoration. But he wanted to buy a city, and they said he asked people for help, and I said, yeah, I'd help, and I'd throw money in and all that. But then he couldn't find a city to buy, and then he turned it into a plan to steal a city.
Oh, see,
And he
that's
was
not
having
cool.
me go in and look at things and get a house there, and I'm like, I'm not comfortable with this. So I said, they've got a nice city, it looks nice, and I'm not comfortable stealing from someone else, and we had a fall on it.
Yeah. I just.
Yeah, I remember Eggs had a reputation for city stealing, and I believe he was a senator at the time as well.
Yeah, he
I-
was a senator after that.
Yeah, I don't like stuff like that. That's the stuff that kind of annoys me. It's like, you know.
And he said he goes, well, you said you would help. And I said, yeah, I would help buy one and support one. I didn't say I would help steal one.
Wonder if he would buy Talus from us. Valson.
Well, I think he's over in Restoration now. I don't ever see him anymore.
He's probably buying cities over there.
I see
He
his
was
name
on
in the hood.
Evolve at one point when they started up.
Evolve.
God, I couldn't imagine playing on Resto. Oh,
Well, I think that a lot of people like it. You know, I'm not gonna
I tried it. I was not impressed.
jam anybody's. You know, I'm not gonna harsh anybody's jam if that's what they're into.
But that was his mentality. He's like, it's part of the game. It's part of the systems, and you know, it's stealing. It's not. It's just. It's a mechanic.
I play a game called Euchre, and not many people know it, but you know, I used to play with this guy, and basically it's kind of like Spades Light, if you want to, you know. But in any event, you have to follow suit, right? And if you don't, it's called reneging, etc., and you lose 2 points. Well, I used to play with somebody who would renege all the time, and I was very good at this game, and I would be like, dude, you're reneging like a mother. Dude, what are you doing? He's like, well, dude, we lose 2 points if I'm caught, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, see, they have a rule for it. I'm like, okay, I don't want to play with you anymore. He's like, yeah, if there's a penalty, that means there's a rule for it. I'm like, it's like, I'm giving it a shot.
And one time I was looking for a home and I saw that it says Swana. That's why I think he's probably legit. He seemed like a guy who was earnestly looking for citizens, and I don't know. It didn't seem like he was a profiteering kind of guy selling.
I do want to do. This is going to be a strictly 7 city, right?
Probably.
Well, you've got existing citizens that are not 7,
Right.
so it won't be totally.
But I kind of like what Hood did. I kind of want to. I'd love it if we could find a hill to like put some deco on that says 7. That does kind of look neat.
I haven't seen that. Is this in their Compton City?
Yeah, I think so. One of them, like they took the roads and wrote out the word Hood on a hill. I'm like, that's
Cool.
kind of cool.
Here's my question: how does Hood always have like 30+% GCW or like 29%? It's fucking stupid.
Because they do
I
a lot of
think they
PvP. They do a lot
They
of PvP.
do everything.
Yeah.
I don't know about space, but they probably do the duties like we do, as well as flashpoints all the time. And
Yeah. They're PvP.
I don't know motivation though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're PvPing like crazy.
But like, I
There's-
don't really see a lot of signal flares in the Imp Discord anymore.
Listen,
so...
until you showed that to me, I didn't know it existed. I got to tell you, and I mean, I've been here, 2 months? I don't think Signal Flare is as big as you think. I mean, it's good, and it should be used, but I think to some people, they hit /GCW, and they're going to go play a flashpoint, and then they're going to go on with the rest of their day. So, and some people are very, very... Discord kind of triggers anxiety because it does. If you don't know what you're doing, it can look like a little bit overwhelming.
Well,
You
so
know.
here's the problem with that. You say it's not a big deal, but a year or two ago, there were multiple signal flares in there daily, and PvP was consistently going about 3 to 6 Eastern every fucking day.
Right.
And then you would have some flares at like 9 to 11 at night for like Roy or maybe a flashpoint. So like,
Right.
the signal flares used to be used a lot. So
But I guess my
there's
point is
been a
there's been
decline in
turnover.
the use of them.
Yeah. For whatever reason.
Also, Mac, the loot box is full.
I've been watching everything else.
One thing Hood does is, unless it's big numbers, they just signal flare on their own Discord.
Yeah. Like we do. We'll be like, hey, we've got a rebel thing going on. I mean, how many of us do that, you know?
Yeah, and they're more specific too. Like they'll say, I need a medic and a GA at the flashpoint instead of calling for everybody, because they want to keep it balanced too.
True.
And then there's been a resurgence too. I mean, there's a lot of videos that I'm finding out there more and more of like in the last year, people are talking about SWG. You're also getting a resurgence of like returning players like me who have, you know, before I got like the armor and stuff from the dude who gave it to me and stuff, like I had no business being at a flashpoint. Like, holy cow, all I'm doing is costing us GCW. You know, like I get it. I get why they don't do that. You know.
Well, the main people that are an issue for that are typically Umbra.
No, actually, the people that I saw, and I got kicked from a group once or twice, was Hood. They were like, sorry,
No,
man, we're
I'm
trying to get
saying
our
Umbra
boots.
shows
Yeah.
without armors, without buffs, without really what they're supposed to have, and like
Dude,
they tell their people,
noobs
if
show
you
like
die,
that.
stay dead.
Newbies show up like that. Don't forget that. I think you sometimes discount like how many rooks there are, like who are not as dedicated. I mean, I've become pretty dedicated to this game lately, but even if I wasn't streaming, I would be. I'm just enjoying it. But a lot of people, like, it's a very large hippopotamus to try to swallow one bite at a time. You know, and I think, you know, like, I was actually offended that night. Yeah, I was dying and stuff. I didn't have the right gear. And somebody else put me in a group. They were like, I hate it when that happens. I'm sorry. Like, because I think that's shitty. Like, we should be bringing people along so that they get to our level, not, you know, well, we're trying to get our boots, man. Sorry. You know, find another group. You'll be all right.
Well, one thing is there's two sides of that. One
Yeah.
is that if they really don't want to see Jedi and spies in a group, but
Right.
Jedi at all, because they want to win.
Right.
And so the one side is group mix, and they're big on group mix. They want to be winners.
Right.
So if you were interested in PvP, I would say, you know what, level something other than a Jedi.
Yeah, that's usually what I
And-
do. I've got a
yeah.
BH in that.
And the other side is, I could not get Umbra ever to get on Voice because
Yeah.
they were so against the toxicity. But I said, you know what, I've been in it a year now, and I've not seen toxicity. I even see the opposite, where they're saying if someone speaks up in the heat of the moment, someone will say, hey, that's not
Yeah.
constructive or something.
The times I've logged into Invoice, like when I'm doing GCW, you know, the flashpoints and stuff, it's been integral. You know,
Yeah.
it's one thing if you,
Necessary.
I mean, but I'm also a 50-year-old man who will follow the rules. I understand that sometimes it's tough because you'll get a 20 or 30-year-old in there who will be like, yeah, I'm drinking. What are you up to? And you're like, dude, shut the frack up, man. Come on.
But along with that, you know, more nice than I think Umbra appreciates, that they're a little more constructive these days. But they'll also, if someone says I'm new, they'll be nice.
Yeah.
But they won't be nice about someone showing up without buffs.
No.
Yeah, but like I was saying, Umbra like typically encourages their people to go without like any buffs, any jewelry, any 35s, and they just tell them to stay in the back and leech GCW.
I don't think it goes that far. I know it's been said, but they like the PvP.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Some people
Some
enjoy
of
it.
them do.
Yeah. Like, I'm not very
everyone
good
in
at
Umbra
PvP,
does.
but I
Some
do.
of them do.
I'm not very good at PvP, but that's why I try to do some flashpoints every once in a while, because
I mean,
it's
like-
the only way you're going to get better. You know, I'm geared okay for it now. I mean, I've got the dire set, I've got good armor, I've got, you know, I got set up. Really, one of the guildies set me up. I can't even remember who. I think it was Musty. Just, you know, he's like, here's a bounty hunter set. You're playing rifle. Here's this. Oh, and you can borrow my flawless set until you get a flawless. I'm like, okay. You know, like, that stuff's great. Otherwise, I'd still be doing it, but I would be losing my ass. At least now I hang. But there is a high cost of participation in this, you know, in this game.
Yeah, and there's so much to do and diversify what you're interested in. It's
Yeah.
like no game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I spent 11.5 mil on a crafting suit for shipwrights last night.
Yeah, I noticed you made your own armor, so I think you were going to start doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start to try to delve into it. I have for a while. Like, that just kind of gave me a reason. I was like, let me see what I can do. So I just kind of fucked around.
The resources are what gets me. It's a lot of detail, keeping track of it, what you need for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yes.
then, like, Shipwright's Little Helper, oh my gosh, that tool is... It's great, but it's a bit of a mess. Like, I tried cleaning it up last night, and, like, I deleted everything in the spreadsheet, like, on the resources page, and then I went to go put in my resources, and it was like, error, cannot find this resource, and it was like, what the fuck? So I had to create a new sheet.
Yeah.
I don't know what the speed on Y-Wings is, so this wave of all Y-Wings, you might want to adjust to where they have a chance to catch up.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I don't think this is as effective as with the other waves. Kind
And
of
then,
turning
like-
into them for now.
You know, with Shipwright, you need 7 different exotic stats, so you need 3 sets of exotics. You need 3 chest plates. You need 3 weapons. You need 3 shirts.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. And then, you know, like, again, the resources are what's expensive for it, just, like, after getting set up. And then, you know, like, for piloting, you know, imps are kind of shit out of luck because they have to buy the defender, which, you know, depending, like, is anywhere from, we'll say 7 mil to 20 mil. And then you've got your beginner ace loadout, which is about 7. So there's 14 to 30 mil right there. You know, rebels only have to spend 7 if they go out and do the quest for the advanced decks.
Oh,
And
you can get the
then-
Jedi Starfighter, and that's not horrible.
For PvE, you're not looking at a lot of mass.
No, that's true.
Yeah, we're not talking about PvP because
Oh.
that's a completely different fucking beast where you need a lot of RE parts and you have to be able to jam a lot into a little. But like, so, you know, like with those two right there, it's a lot. And then a crate loadout, because of the type of cap they use in it and the chipette, like those are about 15 mil or so. So, I mean, compare that to the ground though, and it's pennies because, you know, you've got your jewelry set for 20 to 30 mil, your 35s for another 6 to 8, and armor set for, you know, probably 1 to 10, depending on what type of armor you want.
Unless you want Mando.
And we're talking about basics.
I know, I'm just fucking with you. I know.
And, you know, then a weapon anywhere, for a decent one, anywhere from 500k if you go and buy from War Gear, all the way up to, you know, 10 mil. So, just for a starter weapon, not even like a good server capped one, which can go up to, you know, 100 mil plus.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like space is the cheapest to get into, personally, and there's the most money. Like, my space game funded my ground game when I first started out.
Well, that's because, too, I mean, they've taken away DWB grinding, and, you know, they've kind of, you know, they made it so it's harder to AFK credits, which I get.
Yeah, they want people playing the game. They want people at the keyboard.
I get why they don't do it. Yeah. I'm not upset about that. I understand it.
I did it the opposite. I did heroics to where I had so much money, and I was rolling in money and spent 200 million on ship parts for my first Defender. I think there's a gazillion credits, but like I saw some of the recent posts of ship parts. It's like, wow, I had no idea that ship parts could be worth that much. But...
Yeah.
Right, like, I think the 3 guns on my Defender alone are probably 600 mil plus. I spent 100 mil on the shield I have in there. I think I probably spent another 50 to 200 mil chasing down parts for the engine I have. You know, like, space is kind of never ending, whereas ground, there's kind of a cap. Like, space is, you take it as far as you want to, for the most part. Unless you're Incon, then you've kind of won the game. I mean, I think he's got one gun, like one weapon 8 that's like in the 17k range for mass. He's got 2 that are in the 18k range. Just all sorts of crazy shit on his loadout. And I think both his armor 0 plates are under 1k mass. I could be wrong, though.
Cheapers.
You could ask 10 different people what the end game is for this game. How to win the game, you get 10 different answers. Is it a killer loadout for your ship? Is it a player city? Is it a home show win?
Yeah.
Is it having a set of Mando armor?
Is it a PvP competition type? You know, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, let's go get these buggers.
Euchre is great out of that?
Yeah,
You've played Euchre? Oh, wow. Playing Final Fantasy IX. Listen. Hey, thanks a lot, Mephisto at Final Fantasy 11. Oh, he's playing 11. I don't do Roman numerals very well.
3.0.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm just enjoying it again. It's some of it's nostalgia, but it hasn't worn off. I think because I'm playing with good people. Like the difference between now and 3 years ago for me, 4 years ago actually, I signed up in 2019 actually. I did sign up before COVID because I checked last night, was like not playing with good people. And I was like, I got bored, and here we have a good guild. We've got, nobody's a pretentious nozzle douchebag, which is huge, by the way. If you have that type of guy, they just kill your culture.
I can think of a few of those where I've been.
Yeah, we really don't seem to have one, and I'm kind of cool with that. Well, let me tell you that if you're not PvPing, then you really haven't even started to play the game yet. It's like, okay, shut the hell up. And some of it is, too, it's my age. It's like, I am in no mood to deal with people's crap. I virtually want to yell at them to get off my lawn. Like, I get this.
Got a phone call. I hope I wasn't instinctively push to talk while I was trying to talk on the phone.
Yeah, we heard
we
it
heard
all.
your whole conversation.
Yeah, seriously. I didn't know that the sex line still did callbacks. It's a little awkward, I got to be honest. I didn't know the feet talk was so close to your heart, but hey, more power to you, man.
Yep.
Neither did I know that you had an IRS fetish.
See, here's the thing. I made it funny, you make it... Oh, IRS? Okay, it's not weird. I'm just used to you making things weird.
It took a second for that one to register.
I think my droids are all full. My storage droids are full. Oops.
Oh, no. I guess you
forgot
better
to
give some of
empty
us access to the loot box. We'll help you. Ha, 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 ha.
I'm sure you'll help yourself.
No, not me. I'm perfectly innocent.
You really don't get very good loot from this stuff. It's
No,
just
you
cash.
really don't. It's tier 5.
Well,
See,
you can
what
get
I-
decent stuff even from low tier. You can get good capacity, low
Yeah.
PvP capacitors and stuff.
Oh, that's true,
But-
Edivad. You're in Michigan. It's kind of a law there. I forget. Because I'm in Rochester, so across from Lake Erie. So, yeah, I get it.
What I typically do is I'll just pull all the collection shit out and throw it somewhere because, like,
Somebody always
that stuff
needs it.
doesn't stack in the loot box.
Exactly. All right. Well,
Which is
I apologize
annoying.
for the incoming messages about full full loot box spam incoming because I'm 43 out of 75 right now.
You're fine. We'll survive. Can't we expand the loot box?
No.
Oh, there's a good proposal.
That would actually be a great proposal. It'll be
Too
a
bad
credit
the
sink.
Senate's
They'll make
out
it.
of session.
They'll make it a credit sink. You know that. 25 million credits to add 10 slots.
I wouldn't pay that for 10 slots. Maybe like 25 to 75.
Listen, I think the Bestman apartment is like the worst freaking credit sink in this game. I'm like, really? Wait a second. Let me get this straight. I can only get one, and you want to charge me 25 million for it?
And it doesn't have any city benefits if you look at it.
Yeah. No thanks. I'm good. Now, if they opened apartment buildings to cities, like came up with that and let you build an apartment building in your city,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I wish they'd let Guild sponsor a non-player city so we can inhabit it, the structures.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that the other day. And what if, because I think some of the pre-CU servers have done that where you can rent just some random generic building in an NPC city to kind of give these NPCs more reason to exist.
Exactly.
Well, like,
And
yeah.
I was thinking, what if each planet had some expertise associated with it? Not a lot, not as much as you get in a player city. Maybe a few boxes. Like Feed would have one thing, and Derek or Cornet would have another. And you could declare residence here and reap those benefits.
yeah.
Be close
that-
to a starport, and as an
that would be
alternative
cool.
to a player city.
And here's the thing that SWG has to have the code because I think Daybreak Games did it in DCU Online right around the same time that we were finishing up. Like they were starting the rent an apartment someplace in Gotham or It's there. It's there. They probably have it in the code base somewhere. Oh wait, I keep forgetting Daybreak doesn't really make this anymore.
Daybreak
I would
never
love
made
to.
this. This was pure SOE as
Nope.
far as I'm aware.
Nope. Daybreak took over the last year. Because the last couple of years, because you could buy Daybreak games to play EQ2, this, Star Wars Galaxy, or this, and DCU Online. I paid for it because I was playing DCUO at the same time. So I was like, oh, this is cool.
Which Daybreak still has EQ2 as far
And
as I'm aware. The
DCUO.
servers are just dead.
Yeah, and DCUO. And DCUO is more popular on console now than it is on computer. I loved DCUO. As far as DC comics and hero shit goes, I could make a Green Lantern. That's really what it was about.
Says comic book man from The Simpsons.
Right.
Stupid A-Wing.
Fucking A-Wings.
Making me look like a bad pilot.
No, it's not. Don't worry.
I'm doing that all by myself.
The fact that you're
Are
a
you
bad
trying to
pilot
say
makes
you're
you a
not
bad
a bad pilot?
I actually made the mistake once. My ex-wife, I should say. My ex-wife comes up to me one night. We're about to go out, and she's like, "Honey, do these pants, do they make me look fat?" I was like, "No, dear. The fact that you're overweight makes you look fat." She did not appreciate the humor in that moment.
Is this the tale of why she's your ex-wife?
Oh, no.
It sounds like the
You do not want me to unpack
Exactly.
that. You do not want me to unpack that. No. Because she had the surgeries. No, she was rather large when I married her. She lost.
There's a
she
lot
lost.
we don't
She
want
lost
to
2 whole
unpack.
Backstreet Boys. I'm not even kidding. She went from like over 4 to under 2. Like she was a success story of that thing. So
There's a lot we don't want you to unpack, like your assless chaps.
again, you take something and you know what you do is you try to fit in old jokes into things where they don't actually fit. We got to work on that with you. What's going
Look
on?
at these freakish A-Wings.
Oh, A-Wings are annoying. Got it.
Oh.
1 remains.
Hit him with the blue balls.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a blue ball laser effect on the ship.
Sure. That's exactly what you meant. You meant nothing else behind that.
That's exactly what I meant. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, listen, Urkel.
Don't make me pull my shorts up to my nipples.
Oh, dear Lord. Everything has
I'll
to...
get this. I'll get the suspenders too.
Yeah, somehow I got a hidden daggers quota 2 out of a swarm.
I think there were a couple of low tier ships in there. I saw a couple.
Saying we got 9 targets remaining. We've killed like 90.
Oh, I'm on the bottom of the ship. That's why I'm not getting many shots.
Oh my gosh. How long have you been down there this whole time?
No, just this wave.
I thought you were supposed to
Solar
be
check.
AFK anyway.
I came back to the keyboard for reasons.
Skolark went AFK. He was on the top, and you ducked out if you want to get his.
Bam aggro.
I don't know if this is second to last boss or not, because I can't keep track. I'm thinking maybe they add a 6th boss at some point with these group duties.
Dude.
These are all Y-Wings, looks like.
So I'm
No,
gonna
I
slow
believe
down.
it. I believe it follows the same logic. It's still the 3 waves, then you get a reward, and then the boss, and it does it 5 times.
Yeah, but last time we did this, I was pretty sure I knew we were on the 4th boss, and then we got another 4th boss, and then the 5th boss.
Are you sure
the
you
math
didn't
doesn't-
have kid aggro and lost count?
No, because it even tells you what, it announces what kind of boss. Raid leader is usually the 4th, and then captain is the 5th. I got 2 raid leaders. And everybody else was saying the same thing. Like, wait, I thought that was the last one. I thought that was the last one. I think that was yesterday. All right, do I need to fly differently here? They're not really lining up behind us, are they?
Yeah, you probably should try not to turn into them so they just follow behind.
Guys, I gotta let the dog out. I'll be right back. Those of you watching the stream, don't go away.
There's no real, other than the transit point, the additional transit point. There's not much benefit to getting it. If you're in top 5, you're in top 5. That's it, and you get the badge.
Which is pretty cool. It's just fun. Like, I feel like getting like top 2 kind of gives bragging rights, especially when Umbra and Hood hold it so often.
Well, I think they know we exist now. I think before Umbra and Hood were looking at us kind of like upstarts, and now they're like, oh shit, they're actually,
Hey, old man, we have a sponsor proposal for you.
Okay.
Old Spice for an old man.
Nah, I'm good. Thanks for trying.
No?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
You're probably more of a Head and Shoulders type of guy, aren't you?
No. I got a long white beard. I really don't shave anymore.
No, I was talking about the brand Head and Shoulders.
Oh. No, I get whatever my wife gets. We've got like, you know, I'm not responsible for such things.
Doggone. I
Yeah.
swear there is no good way to kill an A-Wing.
Let's try to prop to remove A-Wings from the game.
Okay, guys, I'll
Wanna
be back.
nerf
Gotta get the
something?
dog
Nerf
in.
A-Wings.
What's that, Mac?
I say if you want to nerf something, nerf.
I'm already in the top turret, buddy.
Oh, you are? Okay, I thought you were in the bottom. So I'm going to hit AFK for a couple minutes.
All right.
Does that SCO? Is that SCO?
No, that's well.
Yeah, I think SCO's AFK.
Oh. Oh, that was text then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is this our last?
And- It's an A-Wing. It's above us. It's 1,000 meters out.
Always an A-Wing. Always an A-Wing.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Uh-huh.
You want to drive?
Yes. No.
I'm an imp pilot. I'm not certified.
Good excuse.
I think
Legitimate
G could pilot.
excuse.
I think G is certified for this if you need somebody to sit in the second seat. G's a smuggler.
I know I need my gunners.
Yeah, no. I don't have G in a gunner anyway. He's just standing there because I don't want to do two different gunners.
And that's smart. You should not have both tunes in a turret, because then we lose the GCW or the turret damage bonus.
Do you really?
Mm.
Yep, you can only have one tune per account in a ship station. Otherwise, you lose the turret bonus.
I didn't know.
Well, now you know.
And knowing is half the battle. I was so proud. There was one day where somebody dropped that in a conversation, and then I did it right on cue. And I was like, oh, somebody said a sentence and I got to do it. Yay. It's an old G.I. Joe reference for those of you too young to remember television.
I vaguely remember G.I. Joe.
Do they still have MASH on TV?
Not on the air, but yeah, it's on Hulu, which is still, oh, it's still funny. First three seasons anyway. I still submit that they jumped a shark when they let McLean Stephen Henry die.
So, Here's a question. Disney owns MASH, right?
No, Disney. Well, yeah, I think they do because they own Fox. Yeah.
So does that make the cross-dressing character a Disney princess?
No, because he wasn't trans. He was. It's actually, if you think about it, in today's culture, that's actually a horrible character. Because he was basically trying to get out of the army by trying to prove he was crazy by being transvestite. But still, I'm sorry, MASH in those first 3 seasons was still just funny. When they let Wayne Rogers and McLean Stevenson go was when that show went sideways. I mean, it was still good for a long time, and then it just got...
My favorite character was Radar.
Radar was good. I just liked it. It was a true ensemble. I mean, yeah, Alan Alda was the big guy for that, but...
We're going to need to reinforce a couple times. Back armor's almost gone. Alright, shield's almost gone.
I tried to. Apparently, you have a different rear reinforced than what I've got on my bars.
Oh, you're going to need to use the macro then. I have it pasted in the channel. Pinned.
I can go try to fix something.
If they're in a way, I'm going to have to do it myself.
Fuck.
Do you have any repair kits anywhere?
Yep, they're upstairs next to the
Oh.
loot box.
Well, that makes it harder. I'm all the way downstairs.
Who's on first?
Alright, well, as long as we have gunner shooting, I don't see anyone shooting.
I'll go back to gunner then.
Alright, I'm pulling away again. Gotta have gunners, gotta have reinforcers.
The reinforcers have arrived.
Alright, you're in the ops chair. Are you gonna do the commands? You okay?
Who, me?
I'm just...
Oh.
I saw Obi-Wan in the ops chair.
You only
The end
have
in a minute.
reinforced light?
I have reinforced light, yes. You can use it a few times. Give me a shot. Otherwise, this is gonna end.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go back into a turret now. I just had to get the commands on my bars.
Okay, cool.
I see a text. If you can prioritize the YTs, I believe they do the most damage.
Mm-hmm. There's one right ahead.
Where?
Right behind us now.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Yeah, I went to use my shield reinforced moderate, and it was like, your astromech is not.
Yeah, I actually
Program
have
for
shield
this.
reinforced light programmed, and it still doesn't work.
We're going to recharge our cap and shield at this point before we keep going.
That's fine.
And let's see what's hurting our reactor. I'm going to go do some repairs.
Do the loot box while you're at it.
No, reactor's not going to. I don't have a reactor on here, do I? I have a cap? Yes, I do.
I might have a reactor on me, actually. I do have a reactor kit. I'll meet you down there.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna get the capacitor. There it is.
Engine capacitor. There's a reactor panel. Ah, there it is.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I think Tex was the only one who was reinforcing and shunting for us. Oops.
Oh, you're good.
I'm back till the guy gets here.
We weren't set up to do any reinforcing or shunting while you were gone, and so we took a little damage. Just did some repairs. But now we should be set up.
Do you have a conduit repair kit up top?
Mm-hmm.
I'll come get it. Because I found the plasma leak.
You're a plasma leak.
Right.
Your mom's a plasma leak.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll go down and fix the plasma leak so we can stop that that alert is annoying.
What alert? I don't hear anything. There's an alert?
Yay, we get it. We're good. I'm getting back in my turret.
Hey, Mac, I don't know if you really care too much, but if we did this as special forces, I think you get like a little uptick in duty tokens.
You do, but you risk, getting blown out of the sky, and it all goes to nothing.
Oh, somebody took my turret. Thank you. Sure.
That was what our rival, or our rebel counterpart guild was doing in the same system, or no, it was TAT system at one point, and we went up there and found them, and we killed them once, and then they figured out what we were doing, and they killed us a few times and tanked the PvP score in the zone. But then we got in a gun, but we chased them around, and we stopped them from doing what they were doing, which is what we were wanting to do, but it ended up in a stalemate. They left, and we left them alone.
Fair enough.
Like if your goal is to push the score and whatnot, then maybe you shouldn't flag up and attract unwanted attention. If your goal is to finish the mission, then don't flag up.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably be more likely to finish in a gunboat, but that's just my personal opinion.
You'd have to be really aware of enemy players in the area.
Yeah, that's valid.
Target the 1300s first. If possible.
I mean, I know folks go out and flag up for duties all the time. I see it in Kessel. I see it wherever. Now that Narmi's not around anymore, it's not a risk of getting ganked. Or I guess Zoso would do it too. But something I probably would never do. Unless I really didn't mind getting interrupted by SF.
Yeah,
I just don't want the distraction.
I gotcha.
And if we were SF, I'd be disappointed if we didn't get like some PvP. Like, what's the point otherwise?
You take the risk of getting PvP, and you get a little extra reward for it.
But you also, if they, yeah, and if we did flag up and get a few kills, that would improve the PvP score for the zone in our favor. I don't know what I think about it.
Well, let's do it. Leroy.
I could stop right here. Well, it wouldn't. I don't think you can do that and get double rewards that way. But if you just wanted to see, we could try it.
Nah, it's fine.
Nah, no worries. I don't
think there's any rebels anyway. If they're doing PvP at 6 o'clock, they're at dance anyway.
Mm-hmm. True.
Is this the last?
Isn't the running joke?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Isn't the running joke that like the majority of rebels are unemployed or children?
I was not aware of such joke, but I will be back. Dog's got to come in this time.
I mean, half the time I think the Imperials are unemployed children.
I think the Imperials are a bunch of unemployed retirees that are just bored. Or, a bunch of work from home jerks.
Hey, don't get personal.
I said jerks. You're not a jerk, are you?
Depends on who you ask, I guess.
In game or real life?
You'd have to be the judge of in-game. In real life, I don't know. I hope not. Looks like we got one right ahead of us, a Y-wing that's disabled. Get close to it.
Who disabled it? We don't disable shit here. Not in my Navy.
Okay, here we go. Final boss.
And then there's going to be one more.
Well, last time it was 2 raid leaders. That's what I remember. Okay, we might want to wait because we got 2 people AFK. Oh, I think we're going to spawn it anyway. Oops. Okay, good. Because Tex just stepped out and...
Many communicators. Alright, let's do this.
Final boss.
Yay! Not yay, but
Alright, who's shooting the blue balls?
I do believe it's the rebels, given how much it's coming up our rear shields.
There's a blue ball.
61%. Yay, up from 54-ish.
Still, for about an hour and a half worth of... Something's going on.
So I slowed down here to 300. See if this is any better. These guys are really slow. Not really chasing.
You know what else would be cool is if we ever got them to do that Star Destroyer thing, launching from a Star Destroyer in a fighter.
That would be cool. And store your fighter in the Star Destroyer.
Yes.
You can see the paint job and everything on it.
Yep.
From that same hangar where you fight Crix at the beginning
Yeah.
of ISD.
You know what else they should bring back? Atmospheric flight.
Yeah, not going to happen.
Wasn't that really, really bugged towards the end? Like, there were issues with that.
Yeah, that's why it's never going to happen. No one's going to... I don't think any developer's going to want to waste their time trying to get that working.
Yeah, no, NSG and Barrett have both said no. Good old Barrett.
I think I'll run for
You-
Senate.
When you think of all the lag involved with just normal zone activity, you really want to add that to it.
Yes. Let's make it more interesting.
That's not interesting. That's slow and dead. And think about it. It's slow for us, and our video cards are 1,000 times stronger than our cards were when it was live.
I don't think the server hardware is any stronger than it was on live.
No, I'm sure it's not. I'm not sure server hardware would probably know how to even make use of... Like, 64-bit was just starting to be a server architecture back then, I think. So you probably have an 8 gigabyte limit and the whole 3 gigabyte limit, I should say, and the whole 9 yards.
Could you imagine this game like in Unreal Engine?
Yeah, it's called Knights of the Old Republic. Isn't that the Unreal
It
Engine?
would be... I don't know. I just think it would be fucking beautiful.
I think it's good now. It's stable.
Right.
No, I'm just chasing them.
Yeah, we can tell.
I don't know what else to do. I could just stand still. Just
Wait till
buggers.
the timer expires.
There you go.
They're on the bottom.
Not for long.
You know, guys, we're not very good at this. We
We're
can't
trying
hit
to get
Y
it.
wings, guys. We cannot hit Y wings.
We're hitting them. It's just going at 0. We don't have any
Yeah, that's true.
turret bonus, so they're going to die a little bit slower.
Yay, I got the last kill.
Yay.
All
Back to
right.
tap.
Good mission, guys. Good time.
Woot.
So what do we do with
I would-
these duty tokens?
Oh, you don't know what to do with duties. You want to tell
You
them?
go,
Is
you
it-
go gamble them at Cash Nunez, or you can try to sell them for 1K each.
Is there a loot flush for the duties? See what I did there? Credit flush for the duties.
You can go gamble them at Cash Nunez. Your best bet would be Weapon 8s or Weapon 10s.
Yeah. So let's see. GL now
Yeah.
has GCW. Yeah, we all got a nice amount of GCW off of this.
Did you have any tunes that were at 0?
Yeah, Williak. I'll tell you exactly how many we had, because I think Williak's 0.
It's about 56K or so that you get.
Which is darn good.
Oh, he got 0 for this.
Oh, is he not a pilot?
He's not a pilot. Yeah,
That's the reason.
okay.
You got to get at least novice pilot.
I'll get him a novice pilot. That's all right. He was along for the ride.
Rookie
rip.
mistake!
Trying to figure out what I'm going to do next.
I know what I'm going to do next. Loot sort.
Dinner? Oh.
I got like 10, 15 droids full of stupid loot. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got about 73,000 between the 2 duty missions that GL's been on, so yeah, probably about 50 because he
Nice.
was buffed for this.
Wow, we're making a dent on judges. We're at 12.83 and they're at 13.3.
What are they in third?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Umbra's at 15.23. Hood's at like 28.8. I just don't understand how they get so many miles ahead of everybody else. Like, they've got to be doing some sort of exploit.
I don't think so, dude. Again, they do so much PvP. Like, think about it. Have you ever gone to a flashpoint and they're not there?
Yeah, I don't quite understand how they get a lot if there's not any action, though. Maybe there is. I'm not there a lot.
Well, because they're still
I mean,
getting,
they
you're
could
still
be-
getting some GCW from just being there, from winning it.
It's very passive, though. It's not a
Yeah.
lot.
It isn't. It really isn't.
Oh, okay.
You need to have a lot of PvP action and a lot of kills. You have to win to really capitalize on it.
Like, the only thing I could realistically see is burning, like, the tokens you get, or like fight clubbing battlefields. That's all I can see. Maybe people are doing more battlefields nowadays.
Well, they could be
'Cause
doing
I'm
best
pretty-
spin arenas too, right? Doesn't that give GCW?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, they've got to be exploiting something. I just don't know what. Because, like, Umbra with, like, 60 tunes on a fucking gunboat can't even touch them when they go do a Kessel mission and fucking...
I don't know that I
Get
would
the
want to say that,
GCW off of that.
especially since we're on a stream. I don't know that I would really want to go saying something like that. Like, I feel like there has to be a way to do it. They're doing something better. I mean, yes, could they be exploiting? Sure, that's a possibility. But I mean, it's just as likely that they're just doing something smarter than the rest of us. I mean,
Well,
The
they have
space
a
exploit-
lot of people...
right?
They have a lot of people that rarely log in.
Mm-hmm.
Or only log in once a week. I mean, like, Moonwalker doesn't log in a lot. There's this guy named Guy that doesn't log in a lot. And they've got houses in Compton, which is Hood City on Tatooine. Like, they have a lot of people that just don't play the game that are still in the guild and Discord.
Right.
So it's just... It's interesting. I'm curious what they do. Like, I've never understood it. Like, it could be that they do battlefields. Like, I don't know.
Well, I know not a lot of it's in space. We would have seen them. But, you know, I mean, you could go out to the ground invasions after the fact and just do GCW score and see how many of the tunes might have been there. I don't go there in the evenings. Maybe they really reap a lot from those.
Yeah.
You'd have to just do some investigation.
Yeah, it seems insane.
There's only so much you can see.
Yeah.
And if staff really wanted to, they could look into it. And I know they can see exactly where everything is coming from.
There's a lot staff can do that I don't necessarily like. But I'm gonna keep that to myself.
It's one of those things. Like, I don't want to sit there and say somebody's flat out cheating. Is it like with the dude I was talking about earlier, who's got so many views on Twitch? My thinking is he might be. I'm not saying he is, but I'd be interested to know how he got that many views, given that nobody knows this game. You know, like, so few people watch this game live to have 200. I can't figure it.
Well,
But
and again,
with Hood,
with the lack of PvP this week, how does Hood have 29% of the score?
because it's a sliding scale. So there's been lack of PvP, so they're doing other things other than PvP then too. Whether that's base busting, whether that's, you know.
But you get maybe 20k from base busting, so
Yeah, it's not.
characters-
Yeah, it's not base busting. We know all. We have our finger on the pulse of bases, and that's not that.
Okay.
I don't really care because it doesn't affect us at all.
Right, right.
Oh no,
If
like
they-
I'm
If they
just
are, so
curious.
what? I mean, what are they taking from us?
nothing. I'm just curious because like they're always like ever since like I've really been kind of like into PvP and like following the GCW score, they're always, and I mean like almost always, double the next freaking guild, and it's just insane.
That to me says they must really, really want it, and they can have it.
Yeah, you know, whatever they're doing, it's fine to me. I at the end of the day, my
It's
life.
just more curiosity than anything.
I get it. This is something you may not have been into as much before.
Yeah.
I do notice that there's a lot of numbers there. I kind of go, okay. And ultimately, it's not my problem. If there's something suspicious going on, it's not for me to worry about.
Yeah, that's fair.
And again, what you're basing this on too is some of it like, well, we don't see them send signal flares. We don't see, I don't know that you're in their Discord. You know, we don't really know what's happening. You know, it's.
And again, it could be battlefields, but
Yeah.
I really don't know there. Like they have, like there's Imperial battlefields, which I haven't seen a lot organized in that. I'm not even sure I'm still in there. I think I am. But I don't see anything getting organized in there, so it could be just they're in their own personal one. Like, who knows?
And it is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to, fault them for winning. Yes, they're almost double where Umbra's at, and they're definitely double of us. We're doing content every day, and we're doing some sort of GCW content every day. So.
Oh yeah, it's battlefields. It's
Okay.
definitely battlefields. I see a lot of names on the leaderboard that I recognize in these battlefield exports.
What are the battlefields? The Derek Bastine thing?
Nope. It's
Oh.
something you can queue for. Typically, people will organize them. So, like, we'll get a group of, say, 6, and we'll go to a Rebel Guild and be like, hey, we got, 6 people. We want to do a battlefield. And everyone will queue up for the battlefield.
Okay. Is that something
And then,
we should look into, like, doing, or?
I mean, you don't get much from it. I mean, you get battlefield tokens, which you can use on certain things, but I'm just not really sure what would be there that might be of use to people. I would have to look and kind of tell you. I think there's like a commando weapon that you can get from them, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of the same names on these battlefield exports, so that's probably what they're doing.
And that's fine. Again, I can't fault them for it,
Oh, no, not at all. It's just looking at these exports, that's probably part of what it is.
That's an interesting observation there. I have noticed a
that?
few times when PvP is light that I'll see battlefield or has SF presence. And I don't know, would that if that's true, and if if it's fight clubbing going on, that's someone can look into that. Someone on staff would be the one to be tasked to look into that.
Well, I don't think it's fight clubbing because I don't think like those groups, like seeing the names in those groups, I don't think they're fight clubbing. like I can just read you the names from one export, and you'll be like, yeah, they're not fight clubbing. They're just doing battlefields. Because on the Imperial side, this is the most recent battlefield export I see. Contact CSR for name change, Yins, Morobu, Sink, Adenlator, Surge, and Hoodrich are the Imperials. And then on the Rebel side, you've got Tricky, Lock-In, Wrath Zadike, Davi, Partlow, Dudeski the Diabetic, and Nabij. So.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it would be. Sounds like real people involved.
Yeah. So they're probably just doing it like to have PvP going. Like, so it's not like, hey, we're fight clubbing for GCW. We're actually fighting because there's no PvP and we want a PvP, which there is a difference, I feel like. And there's nothing against organizing like battlefields. It's when you start like just giving shit up that it becomes an issue. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, we're just going to let you guys farm us for the duration of the field. That's just my opinion.
I'm being an adult and working on the other monitor now.
All right, so there's like a Galactic Marine uniform you can get from the battlefields. It looks all right, I guess. There's a carbine you can get, the CR1 blast cannon, an electro staff, a pistol, a rifle, something called a buzznuck, a Sith sword, and a vibro sword.
The armor is pretty nice. I paid someone some good money at one point to give me a set of the armor.
It takes a lot of battlefield tokens.
It does. It's pretty expensive. And the there's a I think the heavy, what is it called? The commando heavy with the kinetic heavy weapon, the shotgun. I think that's from the battlefield. I don't know if you saw that there.
The CR1 blast cannon, I think.
No, but you're right. Is that also Battlefield? I didn't know if that's true. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is Battlefields.
I know there's the CR2, but I don't remember where that's from. I thought CR1 was innate. I think you're thinking of, is it CR2? I think it's CR2 that comes from Battlefield tokens.
Nope, CR1. It's saying it right on this list.
Oh, now I have to look. My world is rocked.
Get rocked.
Where's the CR2 from? Oh, it's from Aurelia. Never mind. Okay. Heroic tokens. Yep.
What?
You're not wrong. I didn't realize that. I wonder if the thing is so expensive, especially when it's capped.
What?
The CR1 blast cannon. It's a cold, heavy weapon for commandos.
Ah.
It and the legendary Reaper and maybe the new GLX Firelance are the 2 or 3 that can be capped at 1402, 1403 DPS.
Yeah.
Oh, that Rebel Spec Forces armor is kind of cool.
It is.
What are the technical readouts for, though? Like, they've got like on the Rebel side, they have the technical readout of a one-handed Sith saber and like a couple of lightsaber hilts.
I think it's probably just a schematic.
Yeah.
Limited use schematic.
Oh, it's a Jedi weapon. Okay. That's stupid, though. Why would it only be... Why
So
would
what's
they only
happening at
reward
7?
that to
Is
the
it
rebels?
Karen?
Bestine.
I don't think I'll do Bestine.
Bestine, you're my bestie.
See, I might call the stream a little bit early tonight. My wife is not feeling very well.
Looks like there's some people in PvP. I'm gonna go see what's going on.
What,
I'll be
at
back.
Flashpoint?
I'll be back.
Okay.
I think he has more energy than I do at this point.
Dude, that guy he's insane.
We love him.
I was like, oh, dude, you're on a public stream saying that a major Imperial guild is cheating. Let's try to redirect that, shall we?
Little disclaimer tag there, please.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, dear. Because I think it's probably something like those battlefields. Dark is saying we should probably roll duty missions SF next time. I'm like, I don't think we get enough. There's not enough of a bonus, is there?
Yeah, apparently.
The only bonus is the tokens. At one point, one of the CSRs told Skolurk when Skolurk was asking how the zone was moving the way it was. We were not aware of this gunboat trick. And the CSR told him, oh, well, you can also flag SF up there, and that'll give you GCW boost. And I call BS. I don't think that's true. I have flagged up before at space battles just to see.
Unless we all have to flag up. Unless all of us have to flag up.
I mean, just flagging up, even just in your own ship, doesn't give you a GCW bonus, at least for space battles.
Unless you get a kill, right?
I mean, yeah, if you get a PvP kill, sure. But the GCW you earn from NPC kills is not supposed to be increased by flagging up.
What are you seeing over at the PvP?
Oh, they were doing a flashpoint. It's got like 2 minutes left, so it's not worth going to.
Am I losing my internet? I may disappear, gentlemen. Nope,
Okay.
It's okay. It's just my VPN at work. It's their problem.
Not the VPN.
I tell my wife, she comes to me and says, oh, something's not working. The IT guy that I'm talking to at work says it might be our internet. And I say, honey, it ain't us. Believe me. I would
They
know
always say
man.
that.
to them. Yeah.
Old
Think,
man.
oh, maybe it's your Wi-Fi. Baby doll, you're connected to Ethernet. It's not your Wi-Fi.
What's
Tell him
going
to
on
go do
now?
his job.
What parts of the Lambda do you have so far?
Whatever you gave me. So all of it.
No, I meant like for
Oh,
your parts.
I've got the one. I've got the map. So I think the one everybody gets. And then I think I've got the thing that puts them together. So it's like considered part 4.
Well, do
The
you have 2
compiler.
of 3 or 3 out of 3?
I'll tell you in a flash. I have to go to my.
I'm
space
sure he
station.
has 2 out of 3.
Yes.
I'd be shocked if he didn't have 2 out of 3.
Yeah. 2 out of 3 is the one everybody has. 3 out of 3 and 1 out
Yeah.
of 3 are the ones people have a hard time getting a hold of.
I got a 3 out of 3 at a high tier before they nerfed it, and I also got it from running the Corvette, the instance. That one's not too bad. It's the 1 out of 3 that's the hard one. I mean, I did it for the badges, all 6.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm pretty comfortable with the layout. I did a lot on the pre-C servers.
I don't think I've had the displeasure of doing a Corvette yet.
It was really end game stuff pre-CU, and on NGE, it's nothing. The mobs are like level 80.
Yeah.
You used to have to take the whole hour pre-CU to mow through to just these long. It was like Avatar hard mode. that level of difficulty for each mob. You just stand there for 5 minutes killing a single mob in the hallway. And I came here to NGS. I was like, whoa, look at this. The hardest part now is just navigating your way around.
Yeah, I have 2 of 3, and the thing that puts them together, the crafting data compiler.
Okay.
No, it should be in there so that I can find them. Plus, I think that's locked for some reason. Yeah, because it's got those. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm having fun with it. It's kind of fun to fly around with it, and, you know. I really want the gunboat, though, so that we can have another gunboat pilot. Maybe Mac can shoot.
You want to put me in your butt turret? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, in my butt turret, yes.
I don't know how I will explain that to my wife.
Well, you would say, honey, I was Will's butt turret. And, you know, she would understand. She'd be like, oh, Will. Oh, well, I can see why that happens.
I can see the appeal to that.
Yeah.
No, I'd probably be sleeping in the other room for the rest of my life.
Well, not the rest of your life, only until she could find a good divorce attorney. So, nobody wants to live like that forever. No. She'd kick you out eventually.
Well, she tells me she wants me around if only because I do the taxes.
Right?
I'm scared to look. Oh, God.
Gunship deeds for YE4s are about 24 mil on the bazaar.
Or just do the kill collection.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Just get your own skin.
Yeah.
And then find a shipwright that'll craft it. I think AJ does really good crafts. Let me see where his...
Yeah, these ones that are out there, too. I mean, they're 281. 2 mil, 813,000. Like, why would I pay you 24 million for... I'm losing... Oh, this one's only down 2K, but still. Oh, I'm sorry. No, 20K. No.
Don't get obsessed with cap. You'll fit everything on a gunboat as long as you put a couple of weapon zeros on there. Okay, AJ's gunboat craft is 3 mil, which isn't bad at all.
Ah.
And you only lose 8K mass from the server cap.
Ah.
Now, if you really want server cap, and that 8K really matters to you,
No,
you
I
can pay him
wouldn't care.
12.5 mil.
Yeah.
Just like the Defender, if, 47 mass really matters to you, you can pay him 9 mil for a cap craft.
I don't know. My brain's fried. It's been a long day of work. My brain's actually a little bit fried today.
It definitely feels like a Monday.
It does.
Oh, that's so funny. I love AJ's stuff where he's like, theoretical cap, server cap craft, Havisis craft, premium craft. Like, that shit cracks me up.
I still don't know if you can guarantee a cap on a gunboat craft.
Yeah.
Or if it does entail RNG because of the ore we're using. I know some people claim they have mastered it, they have the secret. I'm like, yeah, okay, well then put up or shut up. If you're not going to tell us what it is, I don't think you know.
Well, Thalos, like, if he guarantees you something and it doesn't come out to what he guarantees, he'll normally give you a refund, which I think is super cool.
No, I don't mind the financial aspect of it. I just want to know, is it not possible to cap that thing with the resources we have available, or are you depending on an amazing?
Right.
I'm not getting any resources right now, but if we get that new ore, oh, you better believe I will pack up all my houses, free up lots on those harvesters.
Contracts when?
I know, right?
It's like, I'm taking a week off from work.
Nah, I'm just throwing all my trade. Like, I'm switching all my tunes to traders, control shift S-ing what I can't put down harvesters on.
It better not be a musty spawn.
Oh
that
my
would
god, I
suck.
would kill myself. That shit would... Eventually, that shit would be going for 30 to 100 CPU minimum. Minimum.
Yeah, if it's on musty, absolutely. The entire planet would be dead. The zone would be gone.
I know there have been a few times where I'll go up to a...
Gotcha, what?
There are a few times I'll go out to Musty to, like, a really good spawn, and, like, my computer just starts lagging.
Yeah, you do not want to be running musty content when there's a good spawn up. Oh my gosh. I thought that Alana's proposal, well, I guess it's probably in the backlog.
Is that the one where it's, like, you can get, like, an AF... like, some sort of AFK harvester out there or something?
Yeah, basically, it's like an invisible harvester droid that's in orbit or whatever they're going to do. And it's not something physically down on the surface of the planet, but it's basically functioning like a harvester, which I think is a really great idea. All right, guys, I got kids that just came in the room with me, so I better hop off now.
I'll catch you guys in a while.
Talk to you later.
All right, so let's see what's next here. What time is it? 6:55. I'm not going to make it to 8 o'clock, I don't think, tonight. So I think what we'll do is we will call this a stream. I think 2.5 hours, that's not horrible. I know of other people that go longer, but, you know, yeah. We'll call this a stream tonight. Tomorrow night's going to be, I think, more duty missions, so that'll be cool. Special thanks to everybody who hung out tonight, to Battalion 7 and stuff. Dark, thanks for popping in. Mephisto's, nice to have you stop by the stream. Adavat, as always. And you guys as well. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you guys later. Have a good night. Enjoy your Monday, and we'll catch you later. Bye-bye now.